So remember, they're changing my voice. This is about Dante's Inferno. This is part 3. And of course, there's a bunch of people who are severely mentally ill. Some of them are violent homosexuals who are persecuting me. And they want to try to make it so I sound ill instead of them, right? You see with Dahmer and Gacy and the Night Stalker and these famous homosexual serial killers out there and all these crazy people in Hollywood that do the sadistic act of abusing kids and so on, and everywhere else, churches, Boy Scouts, all the places you see them, and, just stepfathers, they're all over the place, okay? They want to confuse, because the devil, he's a deceiver, a deity of confusion, right? How does he how does he deceive if not causing you to be confused? And of course, the word deceive is like the word conceive. It's also condescending, right? False idols. The con is descending from them. Okay, so a group that is found guilty of sodomy, from a circle around him, starts asking him questions. Okay, and so I feel like to throw that in my notes because, we see that that's a tactic that a lot of gay occultists use. They say, is it our fault? And they ask questions that, if you answer them, in some cases, you might very well say, oh, I never thought of it that way. Well, for the most part, they're just pestering you. People who have committed suicide are turned into trees where harpies land on them and cause them pain. So there's various punishments in that 7th circle. So let's just go on to the 8th circle. So, I didn't want to make this as long as it is. All right. The 8th circle, Mackeberger, the ditches of evil that is divided into 10 narrow ditches. Okay, so in there, you have seducers, okay? Seducers and pimps, and they are flogged, they are whipped by horned demons, okay? I'm just going to just go for the first 3, and then we'll just wrap it up here. The second is, because I'm going to have to print it out from my other notes, because for some reason I just have 1 page here instead of the 2. So everyone sinks lower for causing that disorganization. Okay. And again, when you sink lower, right, it has to do with the circles of hell. It's symbolic, right? You're saying there's going to be punishments for this. And I'm pointing out that, which is part of, the messenger, the good news, right? The good news isn't necessarily good news for everybody, right? It's bad news for those who worship the devil, who refuse to repent. But it's the good news because it's the truth that comes from God, right? The God news, the good news. Okay. So next to them, there's people who twisted other desires and fears and language. So those people who try to confound speech, right? Babylon, Babyline, right? Babel and Babylon. So those people are fuming and poisoning me every day. The whole world right now is at least in the second part of the 8th circle of hell, okay? And that's part of why the world is the way it looks. And that's consistent with Revelation, give or take, where it says that, the hail and fire mixed with blood is thrown down, okay, wormwood and the mountain all ablaze, and all the stuff that occurs in Revelation that is taken away from people's ability to live a fulfilling